All right, my business building friends, we're going to have some real talk here for a second, okay? Real talk, network marketing style. I watched some stories earlier this week from a woman in my company. She's senior Ruby, and on her stories, she is crying in her stories, and she's apologizing for it. She's apologizing for this emotion. She's crying because her husband had unexpected circumstances beyond his control where he is not going to get their family's paycheck this month. And she's feeling the overwhelm of being so grateful that her income that she decided to start building over a year ago is going to support their family this month. And she's apologizing for the tears and saying, I'm so sorry. You guys probably think this is stupid or dumb. I'm just so grateful. And I thought, no, friend, no, nothing about that is stupid or dumb. That feeling of emotion is your gratitude that every single time it was hard, every time you had bad months, which she did, every time you had months where people quit on you or you didn't want to get up in the morning or you had tragedy that you had to work through, that every single time that happened that you came through it has brought you to this moment and you're feeling that overwhelming gratitude that you did, that you get to experience this. It's like a marathon runner. You know, when you watch a marathon and you see and you're at the finish line, it's one of the best experiences you can have. Go watch the finish line of a marathon or an ultra marathon and you or even a half marathon. You see the people that are crossing it and you know they have just gone through the most brutal pain in that last mile, that last couple miles, the mental battle that they have fought, the pain in their body that they have fought. And they cross that finish line and they fall to the floor and they cry and they cheer and they smile with their tears from the gratitude of that moment, of the getting to experience that moment where the months and months of training behind that time has all come to a head and they're getting to experience crossing that finish line. And that is an experience that you can have, that we can have in our business. And the other experience on the other side is the I wish I had. There's two main heightened experiences in your business. And it's going to be I'm so glad I did, or I wish I had. Because life is full of unexpected things. You don't know what's coming next year. You don't know what's coming 5 years or 10 years and what you're going to wish you had to back you up or are so glad that you did. And this is not trying to cause fear or anything like that. This is wisdom. This is wisdom. When we talk about wisdom and building our business, wisdom is saying, I am going to store up and build up my storehouses now, like they say in the Proverbs, right? The wise man fills his storehouses, not because he needs it right now, but because he doesn't know what's coming in the future and he wants to be prepared. And for many of us, our network marketing business can do that. Our husband or our spouse, or maybe we ourselves have a different job that we go out and we work every single day, or they work daily. So we might not immediately need this income, but there is wisdom in choosing it and building it up daily because you don't know what's coming in the future, right? There's another woman on our team or in our company that when she was a senior Ruby, her husband, young in his 30s, had a heart attack and she had 5 kids. And her business, and now she is a diamond in our company, her business was able to support her family and her team kept growing her team so that she would have that income. And that was the result of having chosen something years in advance and worked steadily towards it. That's a more extreme story, but a lighter one is my daughter when she was 4 years old, she wasn't speaking. and she had a severe speech issue. We had to hire a private speech teacher with no, we didn't have any insurance. My husband works construction, is self-employed, and self-pay, and it was so expensive on our family to do this for her, thousands of dollars a month for the therapy that she needed. But we were able to do it because before she was even born, when I was in my early 20s, I had taken this opportunity of network marketing and decided to grow it. It was not easy. I almost quit so many times during the hard seasons and I doubted and can I even do this? And I didn't have a single new customer this month. I have no growth this month. Like maybe it's me and all of those feelings, but continuing to work through it, grow through it, take the hard and say, I'm just gonna learn how to become better and grow my skill set because time passes anyways. So before she was even born, being in that and doing that thing to where when the time came and I needed it to support her and her needs, it was there. That is what your network marketing business can be. That's what I've seen it be for me in multiple seasons in our family and for dozens and dozens and dozens of other people that I have personal contact with that I know. The other day, a woman said she was able to get a new car when her car unexpectedly broke down. She was able to get a new car and approved for her loan because of the business that she had decided to start building. So, this is where I ask you, friends, and this is the real talk here. What are you daily deciding? The I'm so glad I did result or the I wish I had. And it's not a one-time decision. Here's another thing that people will hear. When you hear me say that woman, that Ruby, that senior Ruby, over a year ago decided to build this, so now she gets this result. She didn't wake up one morning and say, I'm going to do it. I'm all in, and that's it. And that's the only decision she ever had to make. And then she just kept showing up and learning and growing, and bam, it happened. No, she had to make that decision every single day. Every single day, she had to decide, I am doing this, I am building this. That decision is easy to make when you're feeling motivated and things are clicking and you're feeling good and you're feeling hopeful and you have ideas. That decision's easier to make, right? But that decision is hard to make when it is hard. When your business is hard, when your points are lower, when people are not responding, when someone that told you they were going to do this thing doesn't, those decisions get so difficult to make. And that is where people get lost. That's where the I wish I had starts, is in that single day, that 24 hours where they decide, you know what, maybe this is not going to happen for me. And it's quiet and it creeps up. It's not most times, it's not a vocalized decision. It's not you know what, I'm going to decide that I'm not doing, that's not. It is a slow fade of daily doubt that stacks up that leads people to quit on what they wanted. So, what can you do to protect yourself against that slow fade and daily decide, especially in the most important times, that hard season, daily decide that I am doing this? What can you do? That's what I want. That's your homework from this. Um, is to think through the processes that you can put in place to safeguard yourself, safeguard your future, to get to that I'm so glad I did, because that is possible for you, just like it is for that senior Ruby or for me when I was 23 and knew nobody and failed miserably but still kept going. It was still possible. I could have easily said, I can't do this. I can't do this, right? Because I had a lot of evidence showing that I couldn't in that moment. But I had to grow. I had to learn. And was that truth? Maybe that 23-year-old girl couldn't hit her goals at that current stage, but the 35-year-old could and did because I started back then, right? So what can you do? For me, I write down my goals every single night before I go to bed. It's just like brushing my teeth. It's something I do regardless of how I feel or how tired I am. I write it down, I think about it, I look at it, I decide it. In the morning, I do it again. I decide it. It's something that is, I set a structure and a decision for where I'm going. And you can do the same. All right, friends, you have the power, you have the capability. There's an opportunity. If you pray for God to move a mountain, you better be prepared to pick up a shovel. All right. Talk to you all later.